There's a mass of cold air sitting over Scandinavia right now, and it's got its eyes set firmly on Britain. Over the next 10 days, we're going to witness something rather remarkable unfold across this country. A battle between two air masses, one desperately clinging to mild Atlantic warmth, the other pushing brutal Arctic cold. And caught in the middle? 67 million of us trying to go about our daily lives while the atmosphere throws a tantrum. I want to take you on a journey from Thursday the 12th to Saturday the 21st of February, day by day, hour by hour. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's coming, when it's coming, and how to stay one step ahead. But first, let me set the scene, because what's happening right now is crucial to understanding the drama ahead. Picture Britain from above. The ground is utterly waterlogged, saturated from weeks of relentless rainfall. We've already received 147% of our average winter rainfall, and February has barely begun. The jet stream, that river of fast-moving air that steers our weather, has been stuck in the wrong place since December. It's been sitting south of us, sending storm after storm across the same weary regions of Britain. Southern England, northeast Scotland, these areas have borne the brunt, and the land simply cannot take any more. But now, something's shifting. The pattern that's tormented us for weeks is finally beginning to crack. And what's waiting to pour through that crack? Let me show you. This is where our story truly begins. Before we dive in, I'm curious, where are you watching from right now? Drop your town in the comments below. I'll be checking throughout the day, and the most requested location gets a special focus in tomorrow's forecast. Now, let's begin. Thursday the 12th of February, day 1 of our 10-day journey. Dawn breaks across Britain with temperatures feeling almost pleasant. London wakes to around 10 degrees. But up in northern Scotland, there's already a change in the air, a sharpness that wasn't there yesterday. By lunchtime, Edinburgh and Glasgow residents will notice it, that unmistakable bite of cold air arriving from the east. The Scandinavian air mass has begun its invasion, pushing steadily southward like a slow-moving tide. Manchester and Liverpool feel the wind shifting, that easterly component bringing a chill that cuts through layers. London notices it by evening. Temperatures that started at 10 degrees quietly slip down to 7, then lower still. Birmingham sits right on the battleground. Mild air to the south, cold air to the north, fighting for dominance overhead. As Thursday night falls, something important happens. The cold air wins more ground while Britain sleeps. And that brings us to day 2. Friday the 13th of February, a date that feels almost poetically appropriate. This is the day the Arctic truly arrives, the day that will define this 10-day period in meteorological memory. Edinburgh wakes to just 4 degrees, and it's not going to get any warmer. This is the high for the day. Glasgow follows suit. Residents stepping outside will see their breath hanging in the air, crystallizing instantly. Now here's where it gets interesting. As the cold air deepens, something magical and treacherous begins. The rain that's been falling across Scotland starts to change. First to sleet, then to something altogether different. Snow, proper snow, begins settling on the Grampians and Cairngorms, transforming the Highland landscape. But it doesn't stay on the mountains. As Friday progresses, the snow line creeps lower and lower. Central Scotland, the Pennines, the Welsh Mountains, all find themselves draped in white by Friday evening. Newcastle and Durham, I'd urge you to reconsider any evening travel plans involving higher ground. Leeds and Sheffield sit on that precarious boundary. What falls as rain could easily flip to snow after dark. And London, yes, even London, overnight Friday sees temperatures plunge to just 1 degree above freezing. A quick thought here. If you've got elderly relatives or neighbours, Friday might be the day to check in on them. Now, after all that intensity, I've got something rather lovely to tell you about day 3. Saturday the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, and the weather gods have decided to show some mercy. As Friday's chaos clears eastward, a ridge of high pressure quietly slides in across Britain. Imagine waking Saturday morning to frost glistening on every surface, sparkling in the pale winter sunshine. Crisp blue skies, barely a whisper of wind, the kind of winter's day that makes you grateful to be alive. The Cotswolds will look like something from a postcard. Rolling hills dusted with frost, golden light filtering through bare trees. The Lake District, the Scottish Highlands, absolutely stunning conditions for those brave enough to venture out. Bristol, Bath, Oxford, Cambridge, this is your day to wrap up warm and take that romantic Valentine's stroll. Brighton's seafront will catch that beautiful low winter sun, the kind of light photographers dream about. But here's the thing about beautiful winter days. They're fleeting, and this one is no exception. Day 4, Sunday the 15th of February, and our old friend the Atlantic is already knocking on the door. Cornwall and Devon will see it first. That familiar bank of grey cloud building ominously on the western horizon. By afternoon, the cloud spreads inland like a blanket being slowly pulled across the country. Cardiff and South Wales. Enjoy your morning because rain arrives by evening and it's settling in for the long haul. London clings to dry conditions until late Sunday, temperatures creeping back up to around 9 degrees. Scotland holds on to the cold a bit longer. Edinburgh and Glasgow struggle to reach 6 degrees all day. And this, I'm afraid, is where our story takes a rather repetitive turn. But you need to hear it nonetheless. Days 5 through 10. Monday the 16th to Saturday the 21st. The Atlantic reasserts its dominance. Day 5, Monday the 16th. Low pressure sweeps in, bringing widespread rain from west to east. London sees 9 degrees, but with rain arriving by lunchtime. Not the return to work anyone was hoping for. Manchester and Liverpool get the brunt early. Wet from dawn, grey skies, temperatures around 8 degrees. Day 6, Tuesday the 17th. A brief ridge brings moments of hope, teasing us with glimpses of brightness. London might see the sun mid-morning, temperatures around 9 degrees before reality returns from the west. Scotland remains stubbornly grey. Edinburgh manages just 7 degrees with that persistent, nagging easterly breeze. Day 7, Wednesday the 18th. Another frontal system arrives, and this one means business. Wales and northwest England bear the heaviest burden. The Lake District could see torrential and persistent rainfall. London sits at 8 degrees, feeling thoroughly miserable with that combination of damp air and gusty winds. Day 8, Thursday the 19th. The pattern continues its dreary march, more rain spreading from the southwest. Birmingham and the Midlands find themselves under a persistent blanket of drizzle, 9 degrees but feeling colder. Day 9, Friday the 20th. And finally, a glimmer of something different appears in the forecast. Southern areas might, and I stress might, see some afternoon brightness breaking through the gloom. London could nudge 10 degrees with actual sunshine, a small victory after days of relentless grey. Scotland, however, remains in the firing line. More rain, more wind, temperatures stuck around 7 to 8 degrees. Day 10, Saturday the 21st of February, and we reach the edge of what forecasters can reliably predict. Models suggest temperatures recovering to 10 or 11 degrees in London, milder but still unsettled. Manchester and Glasgow see around 9 degrees with showers. Not terrible, but not the settled spell we're craving. Now, let me paint the bigger picture, because there's a story here that goes beyond individual days. Throughout this entire 10-day period, one concern overshadows everything else, and it's not the cold. It's water, too much of it, falling on ground that simply cannot absorb another drop. Somerset, the Thames Valley, parts of Yorkshire. These areas have already seen flooding, and more rain is coming. The Environment Agency will be watching closely, and so should anyone living in flood-prone communities. For those of you travelling during this period, let me give you the essential guidance you need. Thursday and Friday, the 12th and 13th. These are your danger days for wintry conditions on higher routes. The M6, the M62, any route through Scotland, be prepared for rapid changes as temperatures plummet. Edinburgh and Glasgow airports could see disruption Friday morning. Check your flight status before leaving home. From Sunday onwards, it's persistent rain rather than cold that poses the challenge. Allow extra time everywhere. Now, The jet stream has been locked in this position since December. That's extraordinary, even by British standards. While we've been drowning in rain, Iberia has been experiencing catastrophic flooding from the same system. But at this range, confidence is low. The atmosphere remains frustratingly unpredictable. What I can tell you is this. Don't expect a prolonged dry spell anytime soon. The Atlantic won't allow it. One genuinely positive note to end on. We're gaining 3 minutes of daylight every single day now. Sunrise. So that's your 10-day story. From Arctic invasion to Atlantic dominance, with a beautiful Valentine's interlude. I'd love to know which part of this forecast matters most to you. Travel plans? Outdoor events? Something else? Drop your location and your concerns in the comments. I read every single one and respond where I can. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to follow this weather story as it continues to unfold. I'll be back tomorrow with updates as the models evolve, because in weather, the story never truly ends. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves out there, and don't forget to tell me where you're watching from.